everyone. We are so glad for you to join us crafting today. We are working on our Springtime in Paris journal today. Now, I do want to let you know that tomorrow we will be having a live. It'll be our Wednesday night wingding here on the channel. It'll be from 8:30 till 10:30 tomorrow night. So, if you want to get in a live, then, there's that. We will be doing some other things too, and I'll try to keep you informed and posted on any changes, developments, and new things happening. Let's get with it and flip through this. I want to do a flip through. All three are pretty much the same, with the exception of I have the little door panel we made that I've put in the center of this one. That's the difference, and that's going in the very center signature. And I know a lot of people do the trimming off and all that. I don't do that because here's why. I like that. I love that. By the time you get your lace and stuff on there, I sort of like it not being even and just straight, and I don't know, I just think it adds more, I don't know, it has that vintage, a whole bunch of different pages flipping out type feel to it. I just like that. So, okay, so let's flip through this one. So, again, we're using the digitals with Junk by Steph. I absolutely love them. There's that little flip, and we'll do something through there. And a coffee dyed page, a digital, and I did try to, what is the word? Space things out. I can think of it. That's that coffee dyed adult coloring book page. It was like the Celtic designs, but with doing the Eiffel Tower and all of that, I just thought that sort of went with it a lot. Another coffee dyed page. This is that mathematical page from the vintage algebra book, which, I have very calculations on building the Eiffel Tower. I'm sort of going with like this Eiffel Tower theme because it's really thick. And these digitals, you see a lot of, it seems to be a, sort of a main focus, I guess. That is that, oh, what exactly, it's a shorthand book. Woo! Didn't think of it. Uh-oh. And another coffee dyed page. There's that vintage ledger. I love this page. It's so pretty. This is the book from Paris from 1921. And it's in French. And then we have that digital. There's my dry baking sheet. I love the way that blue look came out. And then again, there's your Eiffel Tower and a coffee dyed page. And then I have a doily in the center. And then, of course, this is just the other side of those pages I showed you. So that's basically what's in each thing. And I will be adding, other stuff as we go. Now, several things at this point, you could go several different ways. You could go ahead and bind your signatures if you're going to do like a traveler's notebook style. You could go ahead and build your cover and sew them into your cover. However, me personally, I'm going to add some of my ephemera, and then after I get it situated, then I'll, pull my lace, decide where I want to add lace to, and when I get all of that done, then I will sew it in, because I want to make sure, because I have a lot of, different things, elements and stuff, I want to make sure that I have my width correct when I build my spine. And then I'll sew it in after that. In the comments, you let me know. I will do it whichever way you guys want. Do you want it sewn in, the spine? Or would you like to see it in like a traveler's notebook style? Where these are sewed with a pamphlet stitch. And then either like ribbon or elastic cord or whatever holds it into the spine. You answer in the comments below and let me know which one you'd rather see. And that's the one that I'll do. So again, I have 3. That's my middle. That's the end. And I'm going to pull out all of my ephemera and such that I have in my little bucket here, because I have a bunch of stuff. Now I do know that I've got the fold out doors here, so I want to put like specialty items in each of the ones. So I think I'm going to use this. I actually think I'm going to keep on this and hold it on, do it on the inside cover. So I will put that in there. So let's see. And we have our envelopes. I have not created my inserts for that yet. We'll be doing a video for that, but I want to at least situate where I want them to be. Okay. Now, I have my tag shaker and my poker card. Now this I want to do as a flip on the inside cover, so I may do the doily on the back because that has this book belongs to. Or technically I could put it on the back, I guess. I mean, it doesn't really matter where you put that. So that's going to go in cover too. So there's the other way. So I've got my little notebooks. I'm sort of just trying to make piles. Cards. This is envelopes. This is a tag. I'll put this with the tag. Okay, there's 3 of each of those. So I'll do this one in the first one. This one has a lot of pink on it, so I'll do the pink one there and I'll do the brown there because it has brown. So we've got that figured out. Okay, there's our little fold out thing. There's another envelope. And we've got a big tag there. Let me see. We've got more envelopes over here. I'm trying to pile up all my envelopes here because I've got a ton of them. And we'll get to those when we get to them. Now, let's pull this out. And on this one, I want to slide this big envelope into here just because it sort of follows with that whole Paris vibe. So I thought that matched really well. You know what? We actually could... Let's see, because we got a couple pages here where there's not anything. So let's see. Let's put it... let's see what's on the inside. Let's put it here. So we will slide that right into there. So, first one in. Okay, and then we've got all our pockets, and we'll put, pockets will be the last thing I put in. So, let's, well, since I've put that envelope in there, let's switch this up. We'll do it this way, and we'll put that one back here. So, since it's a little more fancy. So, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what I did with my paper clips. I had a whole container so I could use them to put my things in. Well, I'll just fold them on. Well, there's a couple oddballs over here. I'll use those. I love paper clips. They help so much when you're trying to sort and put things out. Okay, I can grab my jar over there if I need to. Okay, so I want to do this sort of, you know what? That might be cool to do that, and that would make it easier. Well, it's got the bird on it though, so I don't want to do it that way. Let's see. Put on the... That would just about fit. That would give us plenty of room to write on here. Plus we can flip this. Well, that would put the bird upside down, which I don't really like. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Yeah, I think we will. I'm going to go ahead and glue that in. So, yeah, so that's, you know, just sort of play around with it and decide where you want to put it. You know, and remember, the biggest thing to remember, I think, when you're doing journals is, I mean, sometimes we become, what is the word I want to use? You know, sometimes we worry so much about, oh, you know, is this exactly perfect? You know, and you want it to be perfect, and it sort of takes away from the actual, you know, reason junk journals are junk journals, and it's sort of take away from that need to be you know, that perfectionist and just create and make something beautiful. It's sort of like glue books, you know, you just, and I mean, you do make something beautiful, but it should be beautiful because it's your art and, you know, and you're passionate about it, and that's what you know, want to add to it. It shouldn't be just because, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I'm just flipping through, trying to decide. I think I'm going to put it here because you have both of these. And I actually could go ahead and glue that one in too. Glue it in and get it done. Have it done. And I'm going to do it sideways. And these envelopes, I've done a couple lives about them. You know, where I've done them and things like that. If that's something you're interested in seeing, or, you know, me doing actually a recorded video so you can follow step by step if you want to, or whatever, just let me know. And if there's anything you'd like to see in a video, let me know. And I know what, you know, things have been crazy, you know, with everything going on everywhere. And, you know, the post office was having issues and postal issues and all of that. So we had put our swaps within our Facebook group. But we're going to be starting those back up. So, you know, if you're interested in doing swaps and stuff, be sure you run on over to the Facebook group and sign up. Sorry for the noise. I'm finding a little tag. Then I'd put a little there. But let me find... yeah, that might be cute. Let me cut this real fast. Just a little piece. Sometimes you just need the smallest piece of... trim it up real fast. I found these scissors are not the best for cutting fabric. They work. Or ribbon, you know, they work, but not the best. So the next couple days we'll spend, you know, decorating and all of that, and then we will, I'm just putting a drop of glue right down the middle. I don't know if you guys are able to see that or not. Maybe because I'm over in the corner here. Sorry about that. And I'm just gonna put it down just as a base layer. And the reason I put it in the middle is because that is very sheer. So when you glue, it sort of like goes right through it. So I figure if I put it in the middle, won't, you know, make the edges all stiff and stuck down. And that just adds a little something so it's not so plain when I stick my little tag down. And I didn't glue this all the way around, so there is, you know, a little space there. So let me grab this. So, you know, you can slide a little card up in there and it'll hold it, you know, or well, I'd probably better do it this way. And it'll hold it in there if you wanted it in there. Okay, so, and I know it probably seems redundant, but I go through each one and add, you know, the individual parts as I go. I think it makes it easier. Yeah, let's put it there. Let me think. Oh yeah, I want to do this one sideways too. Already had it made to go sideways. I like doing them sideways sometimes because instead of up and down, because you don't have to worry about, like with the bird, things flipping upside down. That sort of drives me crazy like that, because I may end up putting something over that to cover the bird, because I'll be like, oh, the bird's upside down every time I see it. But yeah, we will work on getting this in. And get, what I will do, the only thing that I will not do that you guys won't see, or that I'm going to do that you guys won't see, is when I do my fabric, I'll sew the fabric and then glue it in, so you'll get to see me glue it in, but I'll actually sew it on the machine. just because it's so hard to drag the machine and all that. I don't think that's going to get in the way too much there. I think it'll be okay. Yep. Okay. So there's that. So we have our little tags here. So we'll go through and put those in. And I got to decide what I think I'm going to use this as a tuck. I think that would work out really good. So it's just starting to go this way. Actually, I don't like that with that. Let me see. I sort of like how that, but I think this needs something. So let me grab. I'm sorry I have to keep hearing that bag rattle. I put everything inside the bag and it's a paper bag, so. I was looking through my scraps here to see what I could find. I actually found this blue piece. I'm going to put it over here. And then, let's see, I got some old book page. I'm just going to set this down like this. It might help a little bit, make it a little less noisy. Let's see. Actually, you know what? That would be really pretty on there because that just goes with that green. So let's just, I'm going to sort of tear that off a little bit. I don't like how that is. Let me grab my ink. So we'll just decorate and get this going. But I find it easier, you know, especially if to, you know, sew it in or whatever. If sometimes it's easier to put some of your stuff in. So when you go to measure your cover, you can actually, you know, not make it too small and then you get like the alligator mouth. I'd rather have a bigger spine and it not alligator mouth on me because and I'm just going to lay that down like that. And then, and there's no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just sort of creating a collage of, and these are just scraps from where I cut everything out. So, you may want to watch, I know today's the 27th, I believe. And, so I probably tomorrow will be posting a list in the group of items I will be using on the May journal. Just so people can, you know, pull things out ahead if they need them. And again, I'm just using scraps from the kit. And this is Jungle Steph's kit. It's in the description box, or it'll be in the description box when I put it there. It's in the description box, the name of the kit. I don't want to go that all the way down because I want to come in here with a little bit of book page. Let me hit it up with some ink because everything looks better with ink. So I'm just lightly going around the edges. I'm not like covering it, you know. Just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see that. Am I on camera? Okay. Sorry about that. I switched up my setting and the way I've got things set up, so I have to keep checking because I'm gonna pull this back a little bit and put this in here. It sort of overlapped some, and then I don't care if it hangs off the edge of the page, that's fine. And then I'll give you a small amount to journal in there, but that just puts something on there. And then I'm going to pull out in my little stickers here and see if I have something that the bicycle I think would be really cute right there. Little bicycle. And again, these stickers were the ones that I got from the Dollar Tree, and they just went with this kit like perfectly. See, that little bicycle looks so cute there. Okay. So there is that. This up. And we still have to find, that was just a decorative. I'm still trying to find, let's see, maybe we can use this here. That'll look really good because that yellow is right there. And that'll sort of give you a tuck plus a place that you can write on. And again, this is just a simple Rolodex, so I'm just going to cover, the bottom edge of it. Just enough to hold it in place so it's not flipping around everywhere. And there, and that'll give you enough space you can tuck some stuff in there. But I like how that yellow, it's just close enough that it's pulls out that yellow back there. So there's that. Okay, so let's go into the next one and figure out where to put this next one. I don't want to put it there. The baking paper, that might be a really good place to, if we put it over here, this could be a tuck spot. Should be sort of neat. And then if you turn whatever backwards, then you'll be able to see it through the baking paper, or well, it's actually dried wax paper. If you don't know what dried wax paper, it's basically wax paper that it doesn't have as much stuff as the normal wax paper you use like for your food. It's like deli wrap. Well, it is deli wrap is basically what it is, but it's actually a dried wax paper. I was lucky enough a while ago to get multiple boxes of it. Well, I sold some of them on my live auction, but because I had so many, I had like 8 boxes, and there's like 100 sheets in a box. I think I've still got like 2 or 3 boxes, and it's just okay. So there's that, and that creates a pocket where you can slide a little tag in just like that. Actually, that doesn't look that bad there. You can slide it in this way and leave the little tag at the bottom. That'd be cute. Okay, so there's that. So we've got that one and that one, which leaves this one. I'm sorry if you could. My stomach, it must be getting close to lunchtime. And I'm going to go ahead and put my big one in here. And this, I don't know if I really, you know what? I have an idea with that. I'll have to play with that. So let's see what I've got here. Oh, I've got this, so I could glue that in. I can glue that in, and then it'll flip up where you can write. That'll be cute. So what I do is just, oh well, I've done it now. I gotta, let me find. Let's put it on this side. I put it on this side and I leave this open, that'll create a pocket behind it too. And, which is why I said, oh man, because I could have left the top open and, made it a tuck this way, but I sort of like having something out the side. So to sort of give you a hidden tuck spot. So that'll flip up, and then you've got your little tuck spot over here to tuck something back in, which is pretty cool. So we've got that, and I just keep, and I pick one thing up and I put it in here, and then I flip over and go to the next. Oh, we got stuff hanging out, yay! And then I start back over again, and as I work through my pile, and that way I know that it's sort of going, you know, everything's getting put along the way. So let's see, we've got that, and that. This looks like a good spot, and I'm just sort of random. I don't. Ooh, I don't know. That would. That's got that yellow right there. That might be pretty cool. But I think I want to try to find some space through here. Of course, we've got the envelope there. Try to see where we've got all that there. Let's see. This might be a good spot. This will be a good spot. And I'm just going to glue it down. And then you have writing area here. It's also a tuck. And writing area in the back. And like I said, this just sort of helps me know, oh, you know, I could have left that open too for an extra pocket. Sometimes I like doing that. And then sometimes I just... Okay. It's sticky. Let's glue it should be, I guess, huh? And then just sort of try to eyeball it and get it in there straight. Let me go ahead and lift this up. Paper's sticking to my hand, and then sort of burnish that down so it's a little excess glue right there, but that'll come right off. There we go. I think I'm putting it on there from my hands anyway. So there's that. There's that. Then we'll go on to this one. And we've got our tag here. So I need this. I want to do this as a flip off the side. So you know what, maybe I won't do that in this one. Let me pull this one out. We'll go back to that one. And I just sort of try to, you know, look through and decide where you want to have okay. And for this, I actually want to do it as a flip. So let's see what I want to use. And I'm going to use, it has this design, and I had found this strip, which is one of the strips, and I'm just going to use it. It almost blends in with the back. So I can slide it under and glue it there, and then score it and use it as a flip on the other side. So let's set this to the side. I grab my glue, and I'm just going to run it really close to the edge there. And I can trim this up here in a minute. Oh, and you know what? Yeah, that's the way I wanted to do it. Okay. And that's going to go in there. It's just going to slide under there to the best of its ability. Just line it up the best you can. And then I'm going to come up here and trim this right up along there. And then I'm just going to come over here and do the same thing so it looks At least it looks like it's somewhat similar. Okay. Then I think it's easier just to fold it over and just sort of run your bone folder along the edge of it. I mean, you could put it on your scoreboard, but I'm just going to run it through here. Etch my desk right there. You guys didn't see that, did you? This is a working desk, so it's okay. And I'm just going to burnish that down really, really good. I'm going to break those fibers down really good because it's going to turn on that page. So I'll do it back and forth a couple times. This big old desk, it's a big clunker. It's all solid wood. It's really cool. Like, you guys can't see, but up in each corner, there's a triangular section with 2 drawers on it. And it's got, oh, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 7 drawers, you know, like, no, like pretty much like a regular desk, but it's all made out of this like huge wood. And at the top and the corners, like, there's 8 of them. There's these big round wooden balls where whoever made it, it's a really old desk. It's probably from like the 50s or 60s. And but I know that's not really old anymore for me either. But I got it for like $12 at the Goodwill. It's like super cheap. And it was all we could do to get it home because it's just so big. And Fred, well, he's my husband, and the boys, they just struggled to even carry it in the house. I mean, it's just that big. But I tell you, I've used it to death. And it just keeps on giving. And I probably abuse it more than I should. Like that, I really probably shouldn't have done that. But go through. Something I love about using Fabri-Tac is because you can roll that off if you get too much. Whatever. So get that in. I want it to the other page. And again, I'll just roll that and it'll come right off. And I know there are other brands that are like Fabri-Tac. I just have really good luck with Fabri-Tac. So. Okay. So we have that. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to this. Over here. I have this piece of chipboard. It's just a leftover oddball piece of chipboard. I'm going to flip this over. And again, I'm just going to use my bone folder and draw a line through there. And I'm going to use these scissors, which I probably shouldn't use, but I'm going to anyway. And I'm just going to trim this down. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just and snap that off, get it out of the way. Anytime, this was like off the back of a paper pad. So anytime I have like a scrapbooking paper pad I use, I keep the back of it. I mean, I have chipboard too, but I find chipboard really, I mean, it's really thick, depending on what weight you get, but, you know, those old paper pads, they come in handy. Okay. Now I am going to pull my ink pad out here. And I'm going to ink just these sides. And it's not going to do a massive bit of difference, but it will at least give it somewhat of an aged edge. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Now I've got a lot of work done this week. I've been doing all kinds of stuff. If you're a member of my Facebook group, then you may have seen it. If you haven't seen it, or if you're not a member of my Facebook group and you're interested, you know, just my email is in the description box below. So just drop me an email. We are looking for people for our design team. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I think we've got something like 56, 57 kits or so, I think, on Etsy of various sorts, from ephemera to junk journal kits to all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to pull my tag out and put this over, and I'm going to glue this to the back of my envelope. You guys are probably like, what? What is she doing? And it doesn't have to be exact. Like I said, I rub it through like this. Plus, this helps it dry faster when you spread it out like that. Not that Fabri-Tac really needs a lot of help with drying, but it usually does pretty good. Okay. Then I'm just going to line it up and drop it on here, and there will be there's just a hair of the envelope that won't be that won't have the chipboard on it, and that's fine. It's just that little outline edge. Put that back on there. Okay. And then, hold on, I'm looking through my sheets that I have. That's what I was trying to find. That's wide enough, is it not? Is it? Nope. Okay, let's see. Let's find something else, because I really was hoping that would fit, but it's not wide enough. Some of these we have to go lengthwise. Okay, we'll just do this with the text. I actually like that. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, I like this corner. Well, I don't know. I really like that too. But I don't think I'll get much text. I want the text on it, so I'll go this side. Okay, so then I'm going to add glue to this side of my chipboard. And I know a lot of people are opposed to smearing glue with your fingers, but I find like on the outside edges like this is the best. It seems to get the best coverage. I do have a silicone brush I could use. And this doesn't really matter which way you go, but and then I'm just gonna lay this down. Look at it and make sure I line it up real good. Yep. And then burnish it down really good. Then I'm just gonna cut around the sides. Okay, then I'm going to grab my ink because, you know, everything is better with a little vintage photo. There we go. Get the outside edge inked up. There we go. So this side, we've got our envelope that our tag goes in. So we've got our tag pocket. And we can put this tag or whatever tag you want to put in there. We have our little Paris here, but let me see if I have. I was looking for that one of those little slender. Yeah, this will work. Then in here, we have a little space or a little frame where you can put a picture of, you know, your sweetie pie, your kids, whatever you want to put a picture of. And then on this side, it's flat. You could journal on here if you want to. But what I'm going to do is it's going to go in the journal, and I'll ink up the sides a little bit more where the edge of the envelope is to make it blend, and tuck some glue in there around the edges. And then I'll put this in my journal, and you can use it as a writing board. So it's an envelope writing board. There you go. Put that one on the books. I don't think I would ever ink this. That's not good. Why in the world had I not inked it? Probably because I figured I would ink it when I glued it down. It's a little heavy over here. Over here. And there we go. So now we've got our writing board to go with our journal too. And I will put that in my middle of my first one. That's where we're going to start. Nope, first one's a butterfly. Nope, I'm sorry if you can hear the sirens. We live in a rural area, but the fire department's like right down the road from us. So it's about, a half a block or so. Okay, so there we go, and it will stick up above, but that's, you know, that's no biggie, and that'll give us a writing board. So we have this, but we're gonna put this in a pocket, a little card which is gonna go in the pocket. Other than that, our pockets and our envelopes, everything else we've got put in our journals. So tomorrow we will work on making our inserts for our envelopes, get all our envelopes placed, and probably glue down our pockets, some of our pockets, and then hopefully by Thursday we'll be ready to bind. It may be in the, you know, we'll see timing wise. We're going to try to wrap this up before May 1st because we will be starting a new journal. I will be listing on my Facebook channel in the group, my Facebook group, materials that I'll be using. I will also link it or list it on the community board here on YouTube. So when you go across, you know, the top and you can pick playlists and all that, you'll see there's a tab that says community. If you click on that, I will post announcements on there. So I will see you tomorrow. You guys have a great day and happy crafting. Bye.